Why do production possibility frontiers usually bow outwards? Here we have a typical PPF. Let's assume in our economy there are only two goods that can be produced, wheat and oil. Let's start by assuming also that all of the land, labour and capital are currently being used to produce wheat. This means that the economy produces 6 million tonnes of wheat, but no oil. Now what if we aren't happy with this and we want to produce 1 million barrels of oil? Well, this is going to require using some of the factors of production currently used for wheat being transferred to drill for oil. This results in a loss in output of wheat, or as we say, an opportunity cost. How much does this 1 million barrel of oil cost? We can work this out from the PPF. Here we can see that we have to give up 0.2 million tonnes of wheat. Now, what if we want another 1 million barrels of oil? Again, reading off the PPF, we see this involves an opportunity cost of 0.3 tonnes of wheat. The third 1 million tonnes of oil costs 500,000 tonnes of wheat. The fourth, 0.8 million tonnes. The fifth, 1.2 million tonnes. And the sixth, a rather expensive 3 million tonnes. Look at what's happening. Each successive unit of oil costs more and more in terms of wheat. We say that the opportunity costs are rising. So far we're just looking at the mathematics. If you see a production possibility frontier which bows outward, this tells us that the opportunity costs rise as more of one good is produced. Why is it that the opportunity costs rise though? If we want to produce oil, it makes sense to use factors of production that are best suited to the purpose. Looking for oil in easily accessible places is cheap. Once the oil is found, it's cheap to transport because roads and trains and people are all close by. However, the more oil we want to produce, the harder we have to look, and when we do find it, in the desert for example, transporting it, storing it, getting skilled people to work in inhospitable places is expensive. If we want yet more oil, we have to look in some very difficult environments. The capital equipment such as these oil rigs is phenomenally expensive, and transporting the oil requires undersea pipelines. This then is why the PPF bows outwards, because the more and more of a good we want to produce, the more unsuitable the factors of production required become, and this is more and more expensive.